Hey guys, it's me, that Weasel. After a long while. Yeah, you know how it is. And welcome to another episode of Feeding the Trolls, the thing that supposedly I do. Yes, I know, it's been a long time. Yes, I know I keep saying I'm gonna keep doing these things and it's not gonna be as long between them. Yes, I know I kind of have been sucking recently at this whole YouTube thing. And I know you're all sick of hearing me say it, but I've been busy. I'm always busy. I'm eternally busy. I will never not be working. There is no escape. Until the end of time, I will be stuck in this room doing things that I do not enjoy, all for the purpose of fulfilling some kind of societal whatever. The point is, I have to remain, productive, or I might as well not exist. So I was really stuck with who to do this episode on. I was kind of torn between Matt Walsh, this guy that said nukes were fake, and a bunch of Hero Wars ads. Luckily, my cat needs to use the litter box right in the middle of a take. Good cat. Oh, good, someone's texting me too. That's awesome. I'm just gonna put my phone right here. That way I don't have to constantly get up every time someone decides to say, what's this one say? Yo, what up? From a number I don't recognize. Thank you. I'm getting a new chair, by the way. This is the last episode with this thing. I shouldn't complain. This chair's been serving me well for the last... Jesus, how old is this chair? Oh my god, this chair is 20 years old. I have had this fucking chair for 20 goddamn years. That's what life is like when you get older. Rambling. Let's get started.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be.
It's 8:49 in the morning, so it'd be good morning. By the way, in case this cup ever does this, I am not endorsed by Nissan. Not officially.
CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County.
Westchester County.
It's 3/19/23.
Cool. I'm glad you're telling us that. That's very important information.
You notice that?
Your skylight?
Clear blue skies, just with these white puffy clouds. That's what your sky should look like. It's almost like a painting.
I guess if someone threw up the paint, yeah.
Doesn't it look good? Yeah. Well, let's talk about paintings.
Well, I've got a painting that I started years ago, actually. It's it's a window on, I call it Please Throw Me Away.
Let's talk about every picture of Earth.
Well, that's a pretty extensive topic. Every single picture of Earth. Do you mean like every picture of Earth from space, or do you mean every picture of just Earth? You're talking about like every single landscape and every single photograph and every single everything? We're gonna be here for a long time, dude.
That have been painted.
That narrows it down, I guess.
Stitched together. They can't get out far enough in order to take a real picture of Earth.
This one was taken in the 1960s.
Apparently.
Here's another more recent picture. That's from a satellite. It's one of those things that you say don't exist because your brain don't work so good.
These are what your scientists tell you. Astronauts. Military. So they can't get an actual photo of Earth.
It's right here. This is a photo of the planet. It's right there. It is.
But yet we can compose many pictures of other celestial objects out there.
Yeah, well, it's easier to get a whole picture of Mars because it's very far away. So you don't need to get far away from it to take the whole picture because you're already far away. It's like those clouds that you're so fascinated by. If you lived on one, it would be very difficult to get a picture of its entire, area that faces you because you'd be on it. You'd have to get far enough away from it to see the whole thing at one time. Then you could take a picture of the entire thing because you could see the whole thing at once. It's the same with Earth. You see, we live on it, so we're always very close to it. So it's very hard to get a picture of the entire planet because of how close we are to it. The fuck just happened? You saw that, didn't you? Did something fall out of my ceiling? Well, I don't trust this coffee anymore. It moves on its own. It must be the New World Order. They're trying to stop me from talking about the truth of the flat Earth by making my coffee move. I am genuinely, I have no idea how that happened. I really hope the camera caught that.
Down to the greatest detail you could possibly imagine.
Well, not exactly, and not for all of them, but we can get pretty close to the ones that we've put probes near. Part of that is because we have really awesome cameras now, and another part of that is because we have rovers on some of these planets. Well, one of them. We have a rover on Mars. We don't have one on Venus because the environment is so extreme we can't really engineer something that can survive there for longer than like an hour. We're working on it. They actually have some pretty cool concepts. We don't have a rover on Mercury because it's actually very hard to get to Mercury. And we don't have a rover on the other ones because money. It costs a lot of money to send a rover somewhere. I think we got one on the moon right now, though China has one on the moon. Or India. One of the countries that's not the US currently has a rover on the moon.
But you don't have one single picture of where you live.
Yes, I do. In fact, not only do I have a picture of where I live, I have video of where I live. It's amazing.
Don't people think about this?
Yes. For a couple of seconds, because we're all actually informed, and we don't have brain worms, unlike some people I could mention.
Let's talk about, well, you know, one thing I do want to tell you about is this.
I see. Well, that changes everything.
Okay, this is toast.
Really? Toast, you say?
From a deli. I could have done a better job with my ironing board and an iron.
I'm gonna be real with you, my dude. Judging on this video, I kinda doubt it.
Than this shit.
Well, then why did you go to the deli if it's shit? Don't go to the fucking deli.
There was a little family emergency. I had to attend to it, and
I can't hear you.
everything's fine now. That's the only reason why I'm eating out. Regularly, I'll be cooking for myself. Especially last night's fried chicken was just fantastic.
Well, I'm glad the fried chicken was good, but what about the toast?
Oh, and by the way, I couldn't find... here, I don't know if this lighting is very good.
That helps a little bit, but it would help even more if you just covered up the camera and then shut it off and stopped talking.
I couldn't find any buttermilk anywhere.
No buttermilk. I see. Clearly the Earth is flat now.
We have, here in Westchester County, we have a buttermilk shortage. I had to go to 3 different supermarkets in order to find it.
The lizard people have created a buttermilk shortage to keep everyone's attention away from the flat Earth. It didn't really work with you, though, which is why they gave you the piece of bad toast. It was hoped that would distract you for long enough, but clearly they were mistaken. Your powers of deduction are just too great. They overestimated you once.
It will not happen again.
That's like driving, I don't know, 10 or 15 miles?
I guess.
In order to find a little container of buttermilk, which I never buy.
Then why were you looking for it? Why were you looking for buttermilk if it's something you don't buy? I don't understand.
I never look for, but Westchester County has a shortage of buttermilk.
Well, obviously, this shortage is somehow connected to the fake Apollo moon landing.
Makes no sense at all to me. Just like the toilet paper. Remember that? That's to wipe your ass.
Yeah, that's typically what it's for. I'm a little bit concerned that this information is evidently new to you, but I'm happy that it's percolated down to you now. I suspect many things about life will start making sense soon.
And that's when signified bullshit to you 3 years ago. Fuck. People just don't get it here. They just don't. They're all asleep.
You see, if people were awake, they'd understand that the shortage of buttermilk is a sign from Project Bluebeam. It's designed to prepare us for the oncoming demonic alien invasion. You can find more information about it on my website, where you can also buy Brain Force, the mind-enhancing pill made of 100% fish anus. You see, only fish anuses have the optimum balance of fish oil and tannins to enhance natural human intelligence.
They're all gone. Okay. All right. So this is quoting NDT.
Who?
Yes, that's your god.
Who is NDT? I've never heard of this.
That's right, for the sleepers. For the people that are asleep, they listen to this guy.
Who the fuck is NDT?
And they actually believe what he says.
I don't know who he is.
So NDT is doing his podcast, and apparently he has some interesting information.
Does it have anything to do with toast or the buttermilk shortage? Because those topics are the more concerning ones to me, personally.
That I think you should really realize for your knowledge.
My knowledge. In fact, I have more value in my tiny bookshelf than I do any kind of buttermilk or flat earth.
And he explains exactly the weight of a human. You know. But hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Before we tackle the much more complicated topic of how to use a bathroom scale, we first have to cover the more mundane topics of the buttermilk shortage, or how to make toast with the fucking clothes iron.
Let's first go back to what he said.
I don't know who this is, and I didn't listen to whatever you're talking about, so I don't know what topic comes first.
About spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Okay? All right, that's right. Okay, so the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. Good. Now, we're revolving around the sun at 18 miles per second. Correct. This is quoting NDT. Okay. And you don't feel any movement at all, right?
No, I don't. Yes, the Earth spins very fast, but in terms of frames of reference, it's really not that fast. If I sat in this wobbly old fucking chair and I turned it as fast as the Earth spun, I would make one complete rotation in this chair in a day. And you know, I probably wouldn't feel that. Similarly, if I got in a car and I went out to the outskirts of Atlanta and I drove my car to make a complete, rotation around the city over the course of a fucking year, I honestly might not perceive any movement. It's about frames of reference. I'm sorry that's complicated to you. But then, apparently you make toast with a clothes iron, so,
I mean, you don't.
Why would you?
Do you feel any movement at all? You're revolving around the sun at 18 miles per second. Per second. Do you feel any movement is my question. No. Apparently to NDT, in Ecuador, he loves to do that.
He loves to do what? Talk about Ecuador?
We will weigh less.
Yeah, by like a percent of a percent of a percent. Certainly nothing noticeable. Oh, I know what this is about. You're pissed off that you can't go to Ecuador and then eat all the toast and drink all the buttermilk you want and not gain weight because technically you'd weigh less in Ecuador. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that's great. So the entire population of America who have become these fat slobs.
Not to be mean, but I maybe wouldn't talk about obesity if I were you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying maybe I wouldn't. I mean, I don't. Look at me. You can see my fucking man tits in the shadow of the lights. I'm going to the gym. Yeah, I'm trying to do something about it. This just takes time to flatten out. Just time.
Should just move to Ecuador. You'll be 6 or 7 pounds lighter.
Where the fuck did you get that number? No, you won't. It's not like you're going to another goddamn planet. You'll weigh less to a very, very sensitive piece of equipment, but you won't notice. It's not like if you go to Ecuador, you can suddenly jump 5 feet in the fucking air.
See, now that's a scientist.
No, that's you making shit up because you're pissed off about a buttermilk shortage.
Of course, he doesn't have any background at all.
Then why did you call him a scientist? And who the fuck is it? Who is NDT? All right, okay, I'll look him up. Neil deGrasse Tyson? You talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that who you're talking about? In that case, no, he actually is a scientist. He doesn't publish a whole lot because he's a science communicator. I mean, that takes up a lot of time. But no, he is a scientist. Certainly, and with all due respect, he is more qualified to talk on the subject than, you.
In that term of profession, but people look up to him. He's the CEO of the Hayden Planetarium. That's right. You want to go see him, go down to the Hayden Planetarium. Maybe I'll stop by there one time and try to get there early in the morning.
Oh, cool. You can harass him. That'll be fun for your YouTube channel. No Flat Earth YouTube channel should be without a video of that YouTube channel star in handcuffs, being let out of somewhere screaming about a conspiracy. Extra points if you're also a sob sieve.
I asked you just to show me the law, man.
You keep interrupting.
I asked to see the law, dude.
To you. You're gonna know what the law is when you get addressed to it.
I've asked you 30 times.
And I'm trying to explain it 30 times.
Okay, will you tell me what the law says then?
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Well, he pulls up in his chaperone of people, I'm sure, that are surrounding him.
I wouldn't doubt that there's a chaperone of people surrounding him, primarily because there's crazy people like you that want to go find him when he's alone and no one's around. You know, creepy shit like that.
Because he won't answer any questions.
No way! Neil deGrasse Tyson will not answer any questions shouted at him by a rando stranger who runs up to him when he's trying to go to work. That's incredible. That's amazing. Clearly, he is an agent of the Illuminati. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Neil deGrasse Tyson himself orchestrated the buttermilk shortage.
He won't debate anybody at all.
He has debated people. Here's a video of him debating someone.
This is your scientist. This is the people. These are the people.
No, this is the people. Stick with your grammar.
That the trained rats, the NPCs, listen to.
Ah, okay, so the Earth is flat, and we're in a simulation, and there are NPCs. Oh, okay. All right.
It's great. It's great. Wake the fuck up.
Wake the fuck up and see the truth of the flat Earth and its influence over buttermilk and bad toast at the deli that I went to. You people don't fucking understand.
You've been lied to all of your life.
The astronauts ran on rockets powered with buttermilk. That's why there's a shortage, because the flat Earth demands high buttermilk-powered rockets in order to keep the conspiracy.
And if you can't wake up and realize it, then go back to fucking sleep and get the fuck off my channel.
Get off my channel. Anyway, this is That Weasel. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, drop a like and a sub. And if you really, want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon. Yeah, you can help production like these people right here. Although given the current economic situation, I understand that, if you gotta I get it. I also know that I haven't been uploading as regularly as I have in the past, like at any point. It's because of a series of shitty events. I'm gonna really give it the fucking college try to get more shit out. Really. In fact, just sitting here doing this I do feel good doing this. It's been too fucking long. I don't want to go into too much detail about what exactly I've been going through and what I've been experiencing, other than I've been going through I want to call it a bit of a depressive period. Just trying to work some shit out and also put things in order and do things that earn money. It's also a job thing. But I am going to try to get more videos out. I know I say that every time, but I really fucking mean it. Anyway, that's the show. And as always, have a good day. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that the camera was in focus this whole time.